We are finally in Vermont at the Discraft Green Mountain Championship. We start out at Brewster Ridge. It is round 1 of 4 with a cut line. I'm Madison Walker.
And I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the two hot geese.
Honk. This is the first of 2 qualifiers. This used to be regular season tour events, but now you have to qualify for them. You have to work all year long to be able to play the beautiful Smuggler's Notch.
Yeah, look, it's fall all of a sudden.
Yeah,
it was just the heat of summer. Look at all these jackets. We are watching Sarah Hokom, Catrina Allen, Kristin Tattar, and Missy Gannon shred this course today. Brewster Ridge, super wooded, really technical course. We're going to see a lot of shot shapes, a lot of scrambling.
Yeah, we've come from a lot of wide open courses to this beautiful wooded track. Hole 1 is 322 feet. It's a gentle anhyzer, but throwing straight gets the job done pretty well. You can get inside the circle with just a dead straight disc. No real out of bounds to worry about. Just don't want to go early, left or right.
First in the box today, from Caldwell, Idaho, our 2019 GMC champion. Let's give it up for Sarah Hokom.
Sarah was also last year's runner-up at GMC.
Yeah, it came down to the wire, if I remember correctly. She lost to Haley King. We're unsure why Haley's not here for this event.
Echoes of a possible injury.
This hole shapes up great for a sidearm. Hokom throwing her crave. What a beautiful shot.
That's her signature
Next
disc.
up, joining us from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, 2-time world champion and 2-time GMC champion, Catrina Allen.
Impressive resume.
Yeah, she finished 4th last year, just outside a podium finish.
We started out the day today. It was windy, and it's about 49 degrees. So
yeah, I think it warmed up to a nice 56 at some point.
Yeah, it was
breezy though.
Yeah, it stayed chilly all day. We're all not sure what to do with ourselves.
Catrina a little short, right?
From Pärnu, Estonia, our current world champion of disc golf. Let's give a warm Vermont welcome for Kristin Tattar.
That's the coolest intro ever.
Mm-hmm. I think this is Kristin's first Green Mountain. Well, she played here in Worlds, I know, in 2018, I believe. That was her first Worlds. But I don't know if she's played Green Mountain, do you?
I don't think she has.
Yeah. It's a little low and burned, but in the center.
I'm pretty sure all the Europeans
from Beacon, New York. Let's hear it from Missy Gannon.
Are here for their first time. Missy really good on this type of course. She's really good at hitting her lines and taking off distance where it needs to be to play safe and keep it in the fairways. I think she'll definitely be one of the top scorers of today.
That's turning a little too much. And that right side has some gaps, but can be really tricky. So as Madison said, only the top, I think it was up to 50 women qualified. The way it kind of shook out is there are 40 women here. Oof, rough kick for Missy.
Yeah, this is a way off the beaten path up in the Northeast. So kind of a trek if you're not necessarily comfortably qualified for MVP as well.
Yeah, I think that with the double qualification for 50 women at MVP, or sorry, at GMC and 36 at MVP, like there's just too much up in the air, you know? So I think we're working out some kinks with this qualification system.
Yeah, and both of these events are, super far out of the way. If you skip both of these, it makes a lot more sense to go from, where we just played Worlds just straight down to throw pink.
That was a great out from Missy.
There's also some really nice, I think, smaller events over the next couple of weeks that I'm sure we'll see a lot of touring players breaking off the tour a little.
Hokom for birdie.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah.
Did you see how many little tiny trees Missy threw? Like, that was crazy. This is for a bogey.
Oh, yeah.
Good putt to get your round going. Even par is going to be a good score out here. Mm-hmm. If you beat the course, you'll beat most of the field as well. Catrina with a nice solid par. Kristin with a par as well. Hole 2 is one of the most difficult holes on the course. We have this out of bounds line on the right. It's one of the few holes that has man-made OB. You're trying to throw in the center up past these wood chips a little bit, and then it kind of diverts into a slightly different fairway. So if you don't land in the perfect spot, the fairways don't really line up. It's so hard to get here for any kind of a look at a birdie. Everyone's going to be really happy with par. I'd hazard to guess this averages it. Oh, it says right there 4.75. It plays closer to a par 5.
Definitely.
This is one where I would like to see perhaps a slightly shorter tee pad. It's just too hard to get all the way up to the landing zone, I think, to attack for birdie. You know,
there's not really a great landing zone either.
Yeah, it's small.
Maybe that's what you're saying. Like the landing zone that you want to be at is like 150 feet past where most controlled drives are landing.
Yeah. That's a decent spot from Hokom. A little on that left side, but she'll be able to work a forehand.
So just checking the stats from last year, there was only 2 rounds under par out of 2 rounds at Brewster Ridge.
Wow.
So being even par is absolutely smoking it out here.
Catrina with a really nice laced shot, but you'll see from there, there's still like not that many options. Kristin giving it just a hint more power.
And crazy
center cut.
Another crazy stat. Only 1 hole averaged under par.
Yeah, I think Brewster had some teeth today.
Yeah, it's the first round we played in a long time that it's been cold too, so everyone's discs are
so
slippery.
Hot.
Yes, everyone's discs are slippery and hard, and it makes them fly a little bit different. Definitely feel different in the hand.
All these ladies doing a pretty good job of the drive though. Everyone's safe. Missy having to do a patent pending stance though. So she's trying to curve and kind of get into that other angle of the fairway. That's a good shot.
This plate is the second most difficult hole of the day.
Oh.
Just coming out, smoking hot gun.
I would have guessed most difficult, actually.
Yeah.
Now I'm curious.
There's a couple other par 4s that definitely can show teeth, as Erika said earlier.
Hokom with a matrix getting way up there.
Another weird stat, we don't have any par 5s on this course. I feel like I'm kind of hungry for a par 5.
We'll have one at Fox tomorrow. Just be patient, please. Catrina with a nice standstill. Gets around the corner, but perhaps catches a root or a tree. You cannot count on ground play at this course. There's so many roots. Even your footing, you can just get unlucky. Like if Kristin landed, 20 feet up, you don't have any kind of run up if you're in a group of roots like that.
There's lots of rocks as well. A lot of the fairways are made of
rocks.
Made of rocks.
You definitely have to be adaptable out here.
Little flex sidearm from Catrina. Oh, actually, she's got the hyzer route.
Great shot. Thank you. Up there for an easy par. That feels good on this hole.
Yeah, this is pretty much the definition of a tweener hole. 50% of the field taking a par and 50% taking a bogey or worse.
Missy up there for a par. She'll have a little bit of a putt left. Kristin with a harp. Nice angle. Good shot. Hokom was inbounds there, right? I didn't see her go out. So she's up there parked for a par as well. Oh, they all make it look
pretty easy.
Not too bad.
There was only one player that reached circle 2 in regulation for a par.
I think that's for birdie.
Yeah.
I think that's like about as good as you can do. Missy with a great putt there for her par. Good putt from Hokom. As much as it was hard to adjust to the chilly weather, I love it.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so happy to be in Vermont.
Yeah, I just shuled my way around this course, but I smiled about it all day.
See some leaves start to change.
Yep. It's nice. There's moss, there's ferns, all the stuff that comes with like cooler, wet weather. Hole 3, 282 feet uphill, the easiest hole on the course. This is kind of like a hard hole sandwich. 2 and 4 both played tough, but 3's a nice little breather. All you got to do is throw a straight shot or a simple hyzer. It plays a little longer than the 280 here. The basket's elevated, so it does make for a putting challenge.
I think the tough thing is you're throwing, up a hill and then back down, so nose angle is the name of the game. Hokom throwing a vanish.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah. Just outside the circle.
Yeah, caught a branch, and I think that might have had the steam to get all the way to inside the circle.
Yeah, it's
almost.
Definitely sketchy to run anywhere. Like, you see a lot of people land in circle 2 and then, decision time. It's a little low from Catrina. It does get all the way up there, though. Wow.
Yeah, that's kind of the classic mistake here, is just that right side. You really want to hug it if you're throwing something overstable.
That looked dead straight, though. Let's see. That was an SP pipeline. But I liked how she gave it just enough height to get over the hill and nothing more.
Love that shot from Kristin. Just dead straight.
St. Pro. Yeah, that was really good. Missy with a thrasher. Looking good. Nice.
This is the only hole to average under par, but it's half of a tenth of a stroke. So,
yeah,
about as close as you can get.
Pure layup for Hokom there. Half of a tenth. See if Catrina can show us a birdie here. Wonder if that tree's in her way. It looks like it. Yeah, it was. She just lays up.
Only 15% of the field taking birdies here. That's 6 out of the 40 competitors. Boom.
There's one. Ooh-hoo. Let's see it again. GK replay.
Mm-hmm. I could watch Missy putt all day.
Mm-hmm.
It just looks comfy.
It just feels safe.
Yep, it does. I get it. Same with Kristin.
Yeah, no doubts.
Looks easy.
Hokom and Catrina taking the par.
And we move on to the most difficult hole on the course.
Oh. But first, got a few people under par here. Sarah, Kristin, Henna, and Vanessa. And a couple at even. There's a hot goose up there. We'll see if everyone can hang on.
Yeah, I think I'd be surprised to see a bunch of people under par in the top 10. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's definitely possible to get like a 5 down out here with like a great round though. Mm-hmm. So hole 4, par 4, uphill, 550. A lot of people choose to go right at that tree that the drone took. Some people choose to go left, and then you're just trying to get all the way up the rest of the hill.
Yeah, this is like the gauntlet on the second shot.
Yeah, there's kind of a false fairway on the left, but it's not really that viable. There is an OB line, I think, on the right that can come into play, but it's way down there. This rock wall on the left is casual. It's uphill the whole way. It's so hard to land in the perfect spot off your drive to have a route to attack. You're going to see most people play for par here.
Yeah, the teeth of the hole, I think, comes from missing your tee shot. If you go in the woods, it's tough to recover. And then on your second shot, getting left or right, there's so many thin trees that it's really tough to get back out of there.
I like Kristin was getting very aggressive with that tee shot. It's going to be a huge flex forehand. And she's in the middle, but so far back. So Missy showing us the Anheuser line, and literally right next to that tree is the perfect spot to be. But it's still so difficult to get to the pin from there.
Yeah, at 550, you think, oh, this is easy. I'll just throw 2 under 300-foot shots and get my birdie. But because of the uphill and because of the shape of this first shot, it's really hard to bite off very much on the tee. You're only throwing about 250, and then the rest of the hole is where you're trying to get the distance.
Yeah. Hokom with a great shot with her crave. She gets a little ramp off the rock there. Pretty cool. Catrina kind of looked like a bit of a slip, but she does get most of the way. where you're trying to get?
They have some new tee pads on the course. Preparing for Worlds next year. They're a little bit short, so it makes
Just
for
a
some
little.
funny run-ups, but they are definitely better than the old ones. So psyched for that.
So Kristin looks like, I don't think she turned that enough. It was heading towards that tree the whole time, but she does kick left. She'll have a very tough chance to save a par.
Catrina throwing a standstill flex. She's been doing really well at these. It turns over just a bit too much. She may have an out to the green, but just getting even 6 feet off the fairway is
a nightmare.
Dumb.
Oh man, Kristin pinched on this tree. Don't hit your hand. Okay, good.
Ooh.
Oh wow. Okay. Pretty good.
Yeah.
There's actually...
That's as good as you can.
There's some gaps over there to make a circle 2 putt. Like, it's not easy, but it's, you know, doable.
Yep.
Hokom with a trace. That's beautiful.
Wow.
Oh,
So
yeah.
good.
She's got a putt for birdie.
Yeah, we saw in the whole flyover that this one averages at almost 5, almost a full stroke over par. So getting up there for a birdie putt is amazing.
I'm still surprised that this one played harder than 2, though. Maybe it is because people are attacking, and on 2, people are playing a little bit more for par.
I think there's more trouble. Well, I guess there's that out of bounds wall on 2.
Yeah.
You're right. I don't know. I think these little sticky trees can eat up a lot of strokes. I mean, look at this.
Look at this. Oof, look at that tiny gap she's going for.
And you catch one, and you have to get out of there again.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if she can hit this tight gap.
Oh, it's close.
And now she's in the other side, and that's just like the story of this hole.
Yeah. Oof, that's not much better.
So I played with Alex Benson today. She's a local that worked at the course a couple years back, and now she's out full-time on tour. The only Vermonter in FPO at the event. She said, coming up this fairway, you can't take anything personally until after hole 4 on Brewster Ridge.
Well, I love that.
Yep. She said no emotional connection allowed to scores.
Boy, I just should have. I wish she was on my card. I could have used that after hole 4. Man, Catrina just laying up. That's, I believe, going to be a double bogey for her.
Kristin with a birdie look?
No, this
Par
is for
look.
par because she was early off the tee. And like I said, there's some gaps, but ain't easy.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about the early tree hit.
Is a Vermont person? Is that Vermonter? Is that right?
I think so.
Mm.
Correct us in the comments if we're wrong.
Vermontian?
Hokum for bird.
Ah, I liked it.
There was one birdie on the day. Also, I think the only person that got to circle 1, Hannah Blomroos
Nice.
with the 3. So impressive. Nice
That's a
bogey
good
save.
Yeah, good bogey putt.
Only 2 people got to circle 2 in regulation, so oof.
In summation. Ugh.
Nice par from Missy.
Oh.
If disc golf is your game, make Gotta Go, Gotta Throw your disc golf warehouse. With a huge selection of discs, bags, baskets, carts, shirts, and more. GottaGoGottaThrow.com has all the tools to take your game to the next level. Shop online or our Golden Valley, Minnesota store. Free shipping with all online orders over $75. Online or in-store, get what you need for the game you love. GottaGoGottaThrow.com, your disc golf warehouse. In the game since 1993.
It's a par 3, so you think, oh yeah, birdie opportunity, 305 feet, no big deal, but it's out of bounds all the way down the left-hand side. So you catch any of these trees and you have a chance of instantly adding a stroke. Recovering from that is almost impossible. It's uphill and then back downhill. So again, nose angle is extremely important. Ground plays great once you get through the gap as well. This par 3 plays so hard to me.
If you have a really straight sidearm, it's great, like power sidearm. The backhand, it's tough. You see a lot of this. This is the better mistake to make, so you don't go B left. but even down right can be a little tough. Honestly, where Missy kicked is kind of a good thing.
Yeah, we'll see a lot of people throwing that backhand, keeping it low as to try to not flirt with that OB wall. It's only a couple feet tall, so at least if you throw it on the ground, you don't have a chance of going out of bounds.
And then this is the danger of the sidearm, too. You end up pushing that left side. Hokom.
And Hokom, one of the best.
Safe there or no?
Yeah, I think so. One of the best sidearmers in the game, and she's still having trouble with this shot. It's just so tight, much tighter than it looks.
Ooh, I was gonna say Kristin's style of sidearm is suited better to this hole. Cause look at it.
Wow.
Hokom throws a little bit like flexier,
flips,
more shot shapes. Kristin's just like pure, straight, dead power.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I love the GK replays on the drives.
Me too.
Look at that. Boom.
Just so much snap, so pure, dead straight, and she gets that ground play you want as well.
She's throwing a fell in there. Yeah, perfect angle control. It had everything.
And in the wood chips. Tap.
I like that we really went the whole way on the replay until it really settled down.
We want every last bit of it.
Catrina with that low backhand that Madison was talking about. That's pretty decent.
Mm-hmm. A nice little downhill putt from just outside circle 2.
A little, dangerous to run it, but an easy par. Hokom with just a little chip of a sidearm.
It's easy to go down the hill here, so that was a really great approach shot.
I think the staff here has put a lot more of those wood chips down, which is kind of nice. So you can, control your speed on the green, and it just looks nice,
Yep. Looks nice, feels nice.
It makes some of the baskets a little shorter, though. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Like some of them are really small.
Yeah. I kind of dig it. So only 3 competitors.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Tree in the backswing. Only 3 competitors made it to circle 1 in regulation, which blows my mind. I mean, I know
that is low.
I went on and on about how hard the hole is, but that's less than I was expecting.
It is less than me too.
Especially we're talking like 40 of the best women in the world at this event.
And sometimes you see, people in circle 1, but then the putt's obstructed, so they don't get the birdie. But to only have, what do you say, 3?
Yep.
That's,
Yeah. And 20% getting to circle 2, a little bit more, a little better. There were only 2 birdies. We get to see a tap in. The other one was by Holly Finley.
Yeah, that's an awesome birdie for Kristin. Hole 6 is a par 3. This one is birdieable. It doesn't seem like it by the hole average, but you're just throwing down the hill, and I think the key is to let the hill do the work. You kind of want to throw straight and just have a gentle fade. There's no OB, or wait, is there some past the basket?
I can tell you. Nope, no OB.
Yeah, no OB. So you kind of want to throw straight that one like sunlit tree that you see like right at that, and then get a little bit of a fade.
I think this is probably the most common way that people kind of get on the bogey train is now you have to throw a really big downhill shot, and really from anywhere left or right, and it's really hard to get your disc to sit down in putting range at the basket. You can easily find your second shot being outside in circle 2.
Yeah, definitely. Missy, that was it. She just hit a tree. Mm-hmm. I do like kind of disking down on this one, throwing maybe like a mid-range.
Yeah, I love a putter on this shot too.
Oh boy, that's gonna be rough for Catrina. This is where you detach your emotional response.
No, that only works from hole 4 and before.
Okay. So
after that, you can freak out.
This is where you just really start to lose your mind.
Yep. Go ahead, you're allowed.
Hokom shaping a really cool shot. She gets most of the way down there. A sweet angle. No one quite able to do it.
Catrina's forced to take a knee.
No, it's
she has
so
nothing.
bad in there.
Yeah. Kristin throwing a forehand flex. I like this because it'll finish towards the basket ideally. But yeah, still outside the circle-ish for her par save.
Yeah. Yeah, that was her harp. I liked the shape.
Missy still trying to work a backhand. For some reason, this shot is very difficult to not hit any trees. But she does it.
Or is it?
Mm-hmm.
Great shot with her Challenger SS. Katrina doing some yoga over here.
Yeah, not having the greatest looks.
That was really impressive from the stance she was in.
Wow.
Yeah, just to get a look at all.
That's excellent angle and nose control, really letting the hill do the work.
Yeah, still not feeling confident on the run. This is another one. A lot of these are kind of dangerous to run. You get some rolls and stack up putts real quick.
I played the Butler County Classic last week in Cranberry Township, just outside Pittsburgh, and everything just feels so safe now. The fairways feel huge.
Well, good practice, I guess.
Yeah, you guys check out that course, North Boundary Park. Oof, wow.
Ooh.
Dang!
Nice. Par save. Should have
From a straddle.
shape it around that tree and everything on that hyzer angle. Oh, yes.
Yay.
Good.
I was thinking.
I was like, please, please, please.
Look, wide straddle putt.
Yeah. Look at her go. Oh, it was left of the tree.
Yeah, and then using the hill to bring the putt back down. I love
Wow.
that.
Genius.
And then that basket did some work on the right side.
Just a little. Yeah, it's a friendly basket.
Mm-hmm. Must have got tired after my card went through.
Oh, I was going to say it. Yeah, it wasn't friendly when my card went through either. Couple splashes.
Uh-huh.
Just looking good for the cameras, I guess.
Hole 7. Another par 4. I kind of like this par 4. I think it's awesome. You can go early here, but it brings a lot of trees into play. It does shorten the hole, but ideally, I think the best place to try to get all the way to the corner, but where this other tee pad is, a lot more room to work with, and you can throw a distance shot around this tree right here, let a hyzer into the green. It's built on a little stone platform, a little slightly elevated. It's really uphill, but definitely threeable.
I do think you're right that the straight play is probably the best golf play. I kind of like the hyzer though. Like if you make a mistake, you can scramble a little easier because it's shorter for par, you know?
Yep.
But like if you get through here on the right side cleanly, the birdie's like super gettable.
Yep.
That was beautiful from Missy. Thrasher, she almost is too far.
Yeah, she might have to throw a little bit of a flex shot.
We'll see. Hokom, tough forehand line here. Or is it?
Or is it? Wow.
It was an ascend.
So
and
good.
that was amazing.
An ascend is a flippy streamline fairway driver. I believe it's like a 7 or 8 speed. Check them out. They are amazing.
Yeah, that was unreal. I think she's in a good spot. Katrina, really smooth shot. And that's hopefully a good spot. She should be rewarded for that drive. That was her SP pipeline again. Kristin, I'm not even sure like what gap or
there's not, if you're
you know.
short where Kristin was, there's just not a lot to work with. Even though she was in the fairway, quote unquote, technically.
That's kind of why I like the left play, because if you mess it up, like you'll have a little bit more to look at than if you mess up the straight shot.
Yeah, Missy did have to kind of throw a little bit more of a turnover shot.
Should be an easy par though.
Mm-hmm.
Katrina, not in the best spot, but giving this a good go here.
Man, her patent
Circle two.
pendings so far are inspiring me to go out and work on mine.
Yeah, it's
Getting a lot of power.
Good skill to have. She's really like deep in her lunge when she does it.
Yep.
And still gets full, torso rotation. It's impressive. Kristin, circle 2, I think. Hard to see where that finished.
Sarah way down the fairway.
Yeah, look, and she's got even like a fairly open line. No. I did say fairly open.
Yeah.
As open as it gets out here.
Loved the shot shape. This is kind of almost feels like a poke and hope. That left side of the green is pretty brutal.
Yeah, you definitely want to go around from the right.
Missy's not even messing with the left side. She's going to go hyzer in.
Lands it on the little fairy island. If anywhere had fairies or like
It's here.
gnomes that were alive
Yes.
or any sort of forest magic, it's here.
It is Brewster Ridge.
Kristin gonna have to settle for bogey.
This is Catrina for birdie.
Highlight birdie.
Yeah. Oh, just a little low from the sound of it. Only 3 people getting to circle 1 in regulation. Only 1 birdie on the day.
Man, Hokom with a disappointing birdie after a pretty spectacular drive. Catrina settling for par.
Ella Hansen getting the 3 on hole 7.
Nice. She would.
She would.
Hole 8 is another par 4. It's 486 feet. It is also uphill. They all seem to be. You are throwing right about here if you can. Usually you see like a straight shot or maybe a gentle turnover. And then the second shot, there's a lot of fairway trees to navigate. You definitely can get up here. This one's a little bit shorter. No OB, just like stay out of the trees. I think common errors are overturning it right, or like you leave it too long in the air and it fades out left, kind of like this. Like this is not quite what you want. Yeah, just a little off.
So it's kind of weird to see like 486 feet as a par 4, but it is very steep uphill.
Yeah.
And I think this plays as one of the better women's holes. It says it's the 16th easiest hole of the day. So slightly more scoreable than a lot of the holes out here, but only slightly.
Yeah, we got this new tee pad last year, and I think it's a great change.
This is one that I think anyone can get, but it takes 2 very good shots.
Look at that power. And that is a little bit more right than you want, but she does sneak through those trees, and now she's in a great spot. Yeah, man. Hitting one of... I saw me and one other person hit those 2 trees, and it's not...
The right side is hard.
pretty. Yeah, there's kind of a fairway over there.
There's not even if you have a distant sidearm, there's not a real way to get to the green.
Yeah, like Hokom's going to have trouble probably from there with that one tree in her way.
Right-sided it.
So she's going to take that right side. It is a fairway. It just kind of ends very suddenly in some trees.
Yeah, it kind of points you at circle 2 and doesn't let you get farther than that.
Yeah.
Catrina with yet another very brutal lie off fairway.
God, she's still in there too. And still in there. Missy, just a bit off the fairway. She'll have more to work with than Catrina just did.
That tree in her backswing didn't stop her from biting off a lot of distance. She'll have a really easy par save.
Great sidearm for Missy. Okay, here's the right side. See how it just kind of ends?
It just dead ends. You just have to go straight left right there.
That looks good, though. Come on.
Wow.
Awesome.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of got through a lot there at the end, but that's what you have to do.
Yeah, you kind of just have to throw the line and cross your fingers.
Yeah.
Catrina dealing with this dumb tree right here.
Doesn't quite get the turn on, but that was a pretty favorable kick. Those woods over there slope down pretty steeply and can be brutal to get out of. Never been there, though. I don't know why I would know that.
We can assume. Kristin with a felon here. Was that her drive? Is this her second shot?
Yes.
Wow.
I believe. Standstill.
Yeah, stellar. She was even farther than I thought on the drive. Kind of, I don't want to say fluffed, but definitely faded out a little earlier than she wanted on the upshot. Missy with a really pretty park job there. Throwing a meteor. I believe that's Catrina's 5th shot.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's going to be your 3rd double bogey of the round, all on, I think...
Par 4s.
No, there was that one par 3, wasn't there?
Yeah.
But still, like...
Just chopping
it
through the
just
rough.
happens so fast.
Really nice bid for birdie from Sarah Hokom.
Kristin with an obstructed putt for her birdie.
There were 4 birdies on the day. Stacy Haas, Katie Tati, Raven Klein, and Alex Benson getting the 3. That's a good one to get. Little mid-round pick-me-up.
Yeah. Sounds nice. Kristin and Missy staying at even par. Hokom's 1 over. We got 1 hole left.
And one of the newer holes, just like hole 8, it's a downhill par 3. We had a shorter tee pad last year that allowed for a slower speed disc, but this year 375 downhill, letting the hill do some of the work, but the kicker is that this green is super slanted. So if you don't land flat or soft, you can go way down the hill. Being early left, I think, is worse than being early right.
Only
if you're going to
slightly.
make a mistake, yeah, but there's not a lot to work with off the fairway here.
Yeah, this one,
Wow.
it just seems like the risk reward isn't there.
Yep.
Unless you're Missy Gannon and you can lace a thrasher that pretty.
Yeah, that was really good. But look, with such a great shot, she's still at the top of the hill with a death putt in circle 2.
Yeah, I definitely liked the other shot. Like, it wasn't a gimme. It was still technical.
This hole kind of sets up for a slower speed disc. This feels
This.
a little bit reckless, but look at that.
But I mean, you can't argue with the
Nope.
result. You have to be a little bit reckless, I think, to get there. That
But
was
she
a St.
works her
Pro.
way all the way down the hill, and again, one of the best shots you'll see. Still circle 2.
The reason we're calling it reckless is because if you miss your line and you kick a tree with that speed of a disc, you can be so deep in the forest. So you do see some people kind of disc down.
Yeah, and the gap's way down away from the tee pad too. So
Hokom really turning early left there. That's probably going to be a pitch out. Catrina disking down a little bit to an SP Rift. Man, that had a good line. I don't think she's too deep on that right side. Oh,
just a reminder for everyone, it was everyone's discs were very cold. It was cold. Everyone's hands are cold. We're not used to this. So it might seem like everyone's on the struggle bus here, but in reality, it was just like a complete change of pace.
So quickly.
And landscape.
Yeah.
Yeah. Going from wide open to hitting fairways and going from
wide open 95 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
to like 48 and wooded.
Catrina not quite able to get all the way to circle 1, I don't think. Missy just laying up after a great drive. Hokom for a really risky par save. This is very steeply downhill.
Love the speed coming into the green.
Yeah. Good soft bid. Catrina just laying up.
Kristin
be
for birdie.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Oh, nice. There can't have been too many birdies today.
There was only 3.
Let's see it again.
And only one player getting inside circle 1 in regulation. So the other 2 were from circle 2. That's what you got to do on this hole. Love the little fist pump.
Mm-hmm.
Natalie Ryan and Alex Benson also getting 2s.
Yeah, Kristin, that gets her to under par through 9, which is stellar.
Mm-hmm.
Missy even. Hokom's going to be, was that just a single bogey? Yep, 2 over. Catrina finding those doubles and they just stack up 7 over. I don't think the back is like any harder. It just continues to be equally as
difficult. Yeah.
So, but there
par
are still
4s.
birdies.
There's 2 more par 4s that are pretty rough. There's that OB wall does come back into play on a few holes. So it's very similar on the front and back.
There are still birdies out there.
There are. Missy putting together a really nice clean round. Everyone else, I bet, a lot of people over par, only one person under par. That's how it be at Brewster Ridge. Again, only 2 rounds last year at Green Mountain were under par after 2 full rounds of 18 at Brewster Ridge. So
Nuts.
we got 9 more holes. It gets a little bit warmer, but not much. Thanks to our VIP members. You guys are the best. We appreciate you so much. We'll see you guys on the back. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the 2 Hot Geese.
Honk.
Honk.